All right, shalom, 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 shalom. All right, give us 1 second. We're just gonna check the stream. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right, hey, we're gonna start it over. We just had a little technical difficulties on the first try, but we're gonna go ahead and start it over. Before we get started, we're gonna go ahead and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. Okay, double honors to the apostles, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone that rule and teach well. Peace, safety, and much love to the elect that's scattered around the four corners of the earth, giving all diligence to make the calling of election sure. Shalom to you and your families. I'm the brother Atazawam. I got the officer Kasha Kwala here with me today, and we're gonna continue going through the book of Philippians. We're gonna break down the fourth chapter through the Spirit. Lord willing, this is edifying. And this just been something that me and the brother, through the Spirit, the Spirit put it on our mind to pretty much go through these chapter books, give the understanding to it, help edify, help uplift, the house of Israel, because all in all, we are laborers for Yahweh Bashim Shai. So that's why we get together. We push this word. We go through these books. We give the understanding, like it tells you that in Nehemiah 8. So they read distinctly in the book of the law to give the understanding. Okay, so that's why, we take our time and we go through these books as such. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Lord willing is edifying, and and you brothers just let me know. Yeah, I think brothers can hear this time. So yeah, we just gonna go ahead and jump right into it. Akim and Lord willing is edifying. You go ahead, brother.
Come, this is Philippians chapter 4, verse 1. It says, "Therefore, my brethren, dearly beloved and longed for, my joy and crown, so stand fast in the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, my dearly beloved." Verse 2, it says, "I beseech Euodias and beseech," how you say that name again?
Sintaichi,
that they be of the same mind in the Lord.
Yeah. So Paul was real big on being of the same mind. Okay, as you can see, he echoed that also in the book of Philippians, not Philippians, but in the second chapter of the book of Philippians, he also spoke about being of the same mind. Also in the book of Ephesians, the fourth chapter, he spoke about being of the same mind. And also in 1 Corinthians, the first chapter, he spoke about being of the same mind. And that's very, very key and very pivotal when you want to be effective. Okay, when you and your team is of the same mind. Like on the last stream, I brought up a understanding on how the New England Patriots, okay, they weren't necessarily known for talent and having this big superstar, but they were known for what? Being effective through play calls, okay, and through execution, because they were all on the same mind. Okay, so Paul was big on that. He was big on brotherly love. He was big on camaraderie. He was big on unity. Okay. And like the brother Kasha Kwala had mentioned on the last stream that we did before this, those two, Euodias and Sintaichi, those are women. If you want to, expound, you can go. You can go ahead, though.
I mean, it's just a thing. The two women he was speaking to here. There was because before this book of the Philippians, he had the 2 Corinthians.
Yep.
And the main thing he got on Corinthians was having what women in heads and stuff. When you look in the history of current Greece in that specific church, so pretty much he's saying the same thing to these 2 women to be in unity with one another.
That's
okay,
right.
And even so, like the brother was saying, he wrote "Be of like mind" in 3 or 4 different epistles.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So he keeps reiterating it. That's why he said what he said in the 3rd chapter, in the 1st verse, where he says, "I write the same things unto you." He wrote the same things unto the Philippians that he wrote to the Corinthians, that he wrote to the Galatians, that he wrote to the Ephesians.
Yep.
And he's telling these 2 women that are in this particular church to have some unity.
Absolutely. And that goes to show you that the doctrine don't switch up. Okay, the doctrine don't change. It stays the same. That's why Paul, like the brother said, Paul would always say what? I write to you the same things. Okay? Because it was all about pushing the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Shai, which is the same today, tomorrow, and forever, man. The spirit of the Lord it grows. It don't change. It just grows.
That's right.
Okay. You continue on, my brother.
Verse 3, it says, and I entreat thee also. All right. True yoke fellow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And if I may say,
absolutely,
because that word entreat also means to like ask or to inquire. It's synonymous with that word. True yoke fellow, help those women which labored with me in the gospel. It says with Clement also, and with other my fellow laborers.
Yeah. So you had women that actually helped do certain things, man. They may have gave them some hot food after a long journey, gave them some money, okay, gave him a little assistance, when it came to assisting him in the ministry. Okay. Now, of course, they wasn't out there teaching with Paul, because Paul even spoke about that in the book of Timothy. He said a woman should learn at home, and she should not usurp authority over men. And he suffered not for a woman to teach. Mm-hmm. So he's not saying that they was actually out on the battlefield laboring, going through shipwreck with him. He's saying how, they helped, they played their position. Mm-hmm. They helped them out, they assisted them,
Can I get a quick precept?
Mm-hmm.
This is Acts chapter 9, verse 36. It says, now there was at Joppa a certain disciple named Tabitha,
yep,
which by interpretation is called Dorcas.
That's right. Tabitha, which is called Dorcas. Go ahead.
This woman was full of good works and alms deeds, which she did.
That's right. And she was known as a disciple.
That's right.
Okay. When you read the scripture, she was known as an actual disciple, meaning a disciple is a disciplined learner, mm-hmm. meaning she was a woman that learned with discipline. Okay. That's who she was, a woman who learned the truth with discipline. She had discipline about herself, and she gave alms. She helped. Okay. Understand that there's going to be certain women that the Lord Yahweh Bashim Shai is actually going to beam up on the chariot, man. That's right. Certain women the Lord loved too. Okay. Right. The Lord loves certain women. As a matter of fact, give me 3 John. 3 John, I think is the 2nd chapter.
Second with the elect lady.
Mm-hmm.
2 John 1:1.
Okay, read that. It's another one in 3 John too, but go ahead.
It says 2 John 1:1, the elder unto the elect lady and her children.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Whom I love in the truth.
Yeah, see this. It say the elect lady and her children, man. So the Lord got women and children that's of the elect.
That's right.
Okay. No, the 144,000 is the ultimate elect. Those are the governing body, the rulers. But you also have women and little children that's of the election as well, that the Lord is actually going to preserve and save and bring into the kingdom of heaven unscathed.
That's right. Okay.
So this is the type of mind frame that even us brothers have to have when we approach in this ministry. We have to understand that, hey, the woman, Apostle Gabar even went into that on his latest video. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we know 2/3 of these women ain't right. And the women that are right, man, they far and few. That's but right. they are far and few. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Yep. They still exist, and some of those women are with brothers.
Yeah.
Okay. Some of those women are not with brothers. Some of those women might be with a broke down Negro, and the Lord may save her, bring that woman to a man of the Lord in that time. You never know, but just know that they are here. And even in the book of Romans, the 15th and the 16th chapter, Paul shouted out certain women. Okay, he gave them a shout out. He went through a little roll call. He shouted out mothers, sisters, So that's how that got to be our approach as well. If a sister or somebody like that may help with the camp, a brother's wife may help do certain things for the camp. Okay, you treat her as a sister. Don't act like she just some nigger woman, man. Especially she been riding with that brother, been with that brother for a number of years, and supporting that brother. You see her, you can treat her as a sister, man. Okay, go ahead, bro.
It says, "Whom I love in the truth, and not I only, but also all they that have known the truth." I'm gonna skip down to verse 13, the last verse. It says, "The children." And we know when it says children, that's bond, which means sons. Mm-hmm. Okay. So the children of the elect sister greet thee, Amen. All right. I'm going to jump back to Philippians 4 for you. I'm gonna reread verse 3. So Philippians 4:3, and I entreat thee also, true yoke fellow.
True yoke fellow. Because a lot of you guys out there laboring in vain. Okay, a lot of you guys laboring in vain because the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai is nowhere near you. Okay, you laboring according to your own belly. Okay, you looking for come up. So you talking about the true laborers, man. Okay, go ahead, brother.
Come. It says, help those women which labored with me in the gospel, with Clement also, and with other my fellow laborers whose names are in the book of life.
Go ahead.
It says, rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say, rejoice.
Yeah, so that's what the spirit been pushing lately. All right, hey, we supposed to be rejoicing that you see these prophecies taking off. The RFID microchip is being coming out in the news at an alarming rate. Okay, you see FEMA just purchased 50,000 RFID microchips. Okay, you see a lot of tech companies transferring their system to RFID technology. And there was also something else that came out today. It slipped my mind. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I can pull it up real quick. Just about the chip, just going into how this chip is pretty much, coming into fruition, man. Here it is. It is from nextgov.com. It says the Pentagon is spending big on RFID technology. It says the military is spending millions on RFID to track supplies, vehicles, and other shipments. And recently, if we see these things coming to pass, we see, the prophecies kicking off. You're supposed to be rejoicing, man. That's why Paul said, I say this again, rejoice.
That's right.
I
got a few precepts to the end of verse 3 and verse 4, because it says, whose names are in the book of life, rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. This is Luke chapter 10 and 20. It says, notwithstanding in this rejoice not that the spirits are subject unto you, but rather rejoice because your names are written in heaven. I have one more precept. This is Romans chapter 12 and 12. It says, rejoicing in hope, patience in tribulation. Yeah, we're supposed to be rejoicing in the fact that we have hope. We don't have hope in the college diploma no more. We don't have hope in a 401k pension plan. We don't have hope in into WIC, into drug dealing or football. Our hope is heavenly hope, man. Go ahead. It says, rejoice with Salakia. Verse 12, rejoicing in hope, patience in tribulation, continuing instant in prayer. Yeah, continuing instant in prayer and enduring what? Tribulation? That's what it said? Yeah, patience in tribulation. Yeah, you gotta be patient in your tribulation, man. When the Lord taking you through something, man, just be patient, man. Don't give up the hope. That's right. Don't lose the fire. Don't let your fire go out. Be patient. Okay. And what's the next one say? And it says, continuing instant in prayer. Yeah, meaning what? Hey, the scripture say, pray without ceasing, man. Okay, the effectual fervent prayer of a righteous man availeth much. That's right. Okay, so we have to understand these things, and because we understand these things, we're supposed to rejoice. We're supposed to be happy. We're supposed to be amped up, man. Okay, we used to, like the brother Kasha Quality always say, we're supposed to be moping around. Him and the brother I9 from Dallas just did a video the other day dealing with positivity, man. You're supposed to be amped up. You're supposed to be excited. Okay, you're supposed to be excited, man. You're supposed to be lit, revved up spiritually, man, because this thing popping off, man. That's right. Yeah, and just to finish it off, it says, distributing to the necessity of saints given to hospitality. Now we can jump back to that Philippians. I'll read verse 4 again. Philippians 4 and 4, rejoice in the Lord always. And again, I say rejoice. Oh, yeah, if I may say, because we know Paul write the same things in 1 Thessalonians 5. He said, rejoice evermore. Yep. So verse 5, it says, let your moderation be known unto all men. Yeah, let it be known. That's your balance. Your moderation is your balance. Okay. When you in this ministry, you do have to have a balance. Okay. You can't be over much righteous. You can't be giving yourself to wickedness. Okay. If you got, if you make a good amount of money, all right, you need to make sure either you contributing to the body or you're going hard in the faith. That's right. Okay. You need to make sure your moderation is known. If you don't have
a lot of money. Okay. Then you're supposed to be giving your time over to the ministry.
That's right.
Okay. You're supposed to be giving yourself over to the body and building. Okay. Growing, trying to increase, trying to excel, trying to trim and purge. Stop doing the old things, incorporate new things, incorporate better habits so that your moderation will be known. Brothers will be like, hey, he ain't only a drunk. I done seen him cut the drink out too. You know, or no, he'll, you know, he do more than just play basketball. I seen him read. He very studious. Okay, you gotta have a equilibrium when you're dealing with this faith.
That's right.
You know,
and that's a spirit too, because we just read Romans 12 and verse 13 as well. In verse 13 it said, distributing necessity unto this of the saints. So your moderation, which you know is your balance, has to be you could say thorough. Okay, you have to have that in order to distribute to the saints. Also, the scriptures say, I think in the Sirach, the 12th chapter, it says, "Get to a godly man, and if you don't receive recompense from him, you will receive it from the Lord."
Yep.
So if you're putting your time and effort and focusing on Yahweh and Yahushai, he will give you in turn the things that you need to distribute to the saints.
I got something for you real quick. This is 1 Peter chapter 1 and verse 5. And besides this, giving all diligence, add to your faith virtue, and to your virtue knowledge, and to your knowledge temperance.
And to your knowledge temperance. What is that? Second Peter?
Second Peter.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite verses.
Yeah,
because it's a continual add on to what you have. I think that word diligence was that spudazo.
I'm
in
not
the
sure.
Greek, if I'm not sure, I'll look it up. You can continue.
And it says into knowledge temperance. And the reason why you got to add balance to your knowledge is so you won't get puffed up. You know, so you got to balance what you know. You got to balance the amount of information that you take in. You can't just take. Okay. Sometimes you got to release some of that shit.
That's right.
You know, you got to release some of that vain knowledge that don't really amount to anything. Let it go, so you can have a good balance. You know, but balance is very key. That's why the scriptures said, "Let your moderation be known unto all men." Even when you ain't around, brothers, man, people supposed to see you got a good balance about yourself.
That's right.
Okay, that's an actual beautiful characteristic of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai's balance, man. Okay, that's one of those characteristics that really can be overlooked. Okay, because people don't really understand the true essence of that spirit, of that vibration. When you're a man that has balance, okay, you can pretty much handle anything, man. If you got balance.
That's right.
You know?
I got that word diligence.
Absolutely.
It was spuda. It's close.
Yeah.
It says I'm gonna skip to the point. It says in the definition, it says earnestness in accomplishing, promoting, or striving after anything. That's right. And so you can even put diligence synonymous with a zeal. Okay, because zeal, like the brother we were just saying, staying positive. If you have a zeal, if you're on fire, the word zeal means to have enthusiasm. You're enthusiastic about what you do. If you have diligence, you have a zeal, which you are enthusiastic about what you're doing.
Yep. And when you're enthusiastic, the word "in" for enthusiastic goes back to inward. Enthusiastic goes back to theos, which means God. So that's the God within you, the godliness within you. That's why it tells you after the temperance, you add what? You add the godliness, man. Okay. No, you add virtue. Salakia. No, Salakia. After temperance, it says patience, and to patience, godliness, man. Like what the brother's saying. You know, that's that enthusiasm, that godliness, that inward Yahweh Shai within you makes you amped. It makes you enthusiastic. You know. But I just want to bring that point, you know, for the brother. We can go back to Philippians.
Again, it's Philippians 4 and 5. It says, "Let your moderation be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand." It says, verse 6, "Be careful for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto Yahweh."
Yeah, so you're supposed to be begging the Lord, and you're supposed to be thanking the Lord as well. Thanking the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, that you got daily bread. Thanking the Lord that you got gas in your car, you got food, you got the brotherhood, you got the truth, you got the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay, you've been in the truth for X amount of time and you're still in good spirits. Okay, you see these prophecies popping off. You see the Lord blessing you, man. You see the Lord increasing you. Okay, and then you're supposed to be sending up your supplications, the things that you fall short on, man. Okay, whether it's faith, whether it's patience, whether it's integrity, whether it's slothfulness, whether it's brotherly love, you know, whether it's mercy, whatever you feel like you're struggling on spiritually, you sending that supplication up, man, daily, man. Okay, when you know you have access to the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, it pushes you to speak to him more and more. You know,
you should be atoning, man. You know, I know we have the Day of Atonement, but that goes on every single day. You should be atoning. You know, and the scriptures say, confess thy sins one to another. And in the book of James, I think also in the book of Sirach, I want to say 4:30, it says, be not ashamed to confess your faults.
Yep.
So don't be ashamed to confess your faults. And it's a confession to the Lord, man.
It ain't like he don't know.
He's just waiting on you to say it.
That's it.
With the Lord, it's a thing of he's saying, man, help me help you.
That's it.
I already know what's wrong with you in the first place, but if you don't tell me,
he's a counselor.
Then what can I do for you?
You know, a counselor can tell you about your whole relationship just by body language. But they just want you to open up. Because when you open up, they can actually give you the answers to the problem. Okay. You opening up is you humiliating yourself. Yep. That's what it is. That's what the Lord's waiting on. And that's it. And I went into, I actually did a lesson before I came over here. Going to humility is a very precious spiritual treasure. You know, and a lot of people overlook the spirit of humility, man. That's a very, very valuable spiritual treasure that Yahweh Shema Shai gives to oneself, man. And that's key, man. You know, part of you being humble, man, you'll pray, you'll confess, you'll talk to the Lord and tell the Lord what you're struggling with. That's right. As a man, you know, and you'll go to him respectfully and real contrite, man, broken spirit. Okay. That's what he deals with. That's it. Like I tell you that in Psalms 34th chapter. You know, broken and contrite spirit. Okay. You know. But I'll pick up a little bit on that Philippians, let you break down. Oh, okay, come on. This is verse 7. It says, "In the peace of the Most High, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and mind through Hamashiach Yahweh Shai." That's right. It says the peace of the Most High. And also it says, which passeth all understanding. When you go into that word passeth in this particular scripture, it means over, or it's his rank is over all. Okay, so it passed all of understanding. All right. So go ahead. It says you shall keep your hearts and minds through Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. Can I get a quick? Absolutely, bro. Super quick praise. Yep. Do you think? I'm just gonna read it. We get right back to it. Fine. In the book of Isaiah, because it say pretty much he's saying he's gonna keep your heart on Yahweh Shai Shai. It says Isaiah 26:3. It says, "Thou wilt keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee." And when you go into that word "stay," it means to lean upon. All right. It says, because he trusteth in thee. All right. You gotta go. God. This is verse 8. "Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue and if there be any praise, think on these things." If you're thinking on these things, there should be no moping around. There should be straight positivity. If you're thinking on lovely things, if you're thinking on good reports, if you're thinking on just things, if you're thinking on pure things, is that what you're about to get to? The pure, all things are pure. I got it right here. This is Titus 1:15. It says, "Unto the pure all things are pure, but unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing pure." Is nothing pure. All right. It says the defiled and unbelieving, meaning what's defiled? Your conscience. Okay. Your conscience is what
spiritually discern what's good or evil.
Yep.
All right. So if you're not seeing these pure things, your conscience is defiled in your subconscious.
Yep.
You know. You got it, bro. Is there more on that?
Yeah, I keep going. Verse 16. They profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny Him, and that's why you can tell when a brother starts losing that pureness. Okay, he starts slowing down in the ministry, or he starts changing up the doctrine. You know, you see him. You know, he's slow poking. He's carrying himself with a real low energy. You know, not speaking with volume and passion and intensity. And, you know, we lift up to speak at camp. You got to tell him, hey, man, raise your voice. You know, that's because you gotta purify yourself, man. When you purify yourself, you speak with more confidence, man, because you got a more pure conscience.
That's right.
Your conscience is being purified, man, because you're able to discern, like the brother said, you're able to discern good from evil. You're able to see these prophecies. You can see the Spirit of the Lord in anything, man.
It's being concentrated.
That's it.
That's right.
Hey, that's it, brother. You know, it's being concentrated, man. And that concentrated energy is the most effective energy.
That's right.
Energy that's concentrated, man. Okay. Wild energy it can't be controlled. Okay. Concentrated energy can be controlled. It can be moved. It can be manipulated. And that's why we have to concentrate our spirit. Okay, we have to have tunnel vision.
That's right.
Okay,
I got a super cool precept. We can jump right back to it. This is James chapter 3 and 17. It says, "But the wisdom that is from above is first pure."
Woo! See, and that go to show you that when this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding rests upon your mind, that's like a spiritual cleansing agent, man. It's like spiritual bleach. You're supposed to continue to get more of that bleach to purify your spirit. But if you go and you start hewing out broken cisterns, murky waters, and trying to clean up your conscience with defiled water, you're gonna dirty yourself up.
That's right. You're
gonna invite more evil spirits to come jump on you, man. That's why we're always supposed to dive back into this cleansing agent, man. These scriptures to re-energize us. We gotta re-oil our lamps.
That's right.
All right. You can't like the parable of the 10 birds. You can't just start out with the oil then leave the oil. Okay. Take the oil with you. You got to constantly get back into these scriptures. All right. The scriptures tell you, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's in Ephesians, but it says renewing our minds daily. Okay. Matter of fact, let me just get it real quick. See if I can pull. You got it? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll pull it up right there. You know, bear with me 1 second because we're supposed to be renewing our minds daily. Titus. No, that's not it. No, that's not it. Renewed. That's what I'm looking for. The inward man is renewed. Yes, 2 Corinthians 4 and 16. I knew it was one in Ephesians as well, but it's 2 Corinthians 4 and 16. It says, "For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day." And how do you renew that inward man? The word. It cleanses you. Okay, it cleanses your spirit. It gives you a more pure conscience. Okay, instead of watching World Star Hip Hop, read a few scriptures. Okay, instead of scrolling up and down Instagram all day, you know, look into some history. Yeah, you know, Jake like the cop out of I ain't good on history because you ain't never went into it.
Do the Hebrew.
Yeah,
Don't run away from it, man.
Yeah, you know, Jake like, yeah, that's, you know, I'm not real good on the Hebrew, because you ain't going to it. You into other things, you know. So we have to constantly renew ourselves, man. We got to purify our conscience, okay, through the word.
That's right.
Through the ministry, and we'll show that through our works. You start seeing the brother slow down on the works. We start seeing the brother trying to add too much to the truth. Okay, you'll start to see, oh man, hey brother, you might need to do this a little bit more. You might need to do that. Okay, you might need to do this, or you might need to do that, or scale back on this, or incorporate that. Okay, because you see a difference in that work, man. That's why I say professing that they have a form of godliness, but in their works they deny him. You know, but that's all I wanted to get. I jump back to this Philippians 4, and I'll go to verse 9. It says, those things which ye have both learned and received and heard and seen in me, do.
He's saying the same thing in 1 Corinthians 11:1.
Mm-hmm.
You can keep going.
Okay. And the power of peace shall be with you.
All right. So he's saying if you just keep these things that you learn, which I do, which I'm trying to portray to you, Paul is being a good example. Okay. Then what's going to be with you? And the power of peace shall be with you. You know what I'm saying? Even so, with having the power of peace, you should be at a sound mind, a stable mind frame.
Yep.
That's what peace brings to you.
Yep.
Okay. A gladness of heart. Sirach, the 30th chapter talks about that. I think Sirach, like 30 and 20, 24, something like that. Matter of fact, can I get it real quick?
I'll pull it for you.
Come on. It's because it says the gladness of heart bring it prolongeth life, man. Okay. And if you're glad and you're rejoicing, that means you're at peace. Because what? You're trying to follow the same thing Paul was following. And who was that? Yahweh Shai. You know, you got to know.
This is Ecclesiastes 30 and 24. Envy and wrath shorten the life.
Oh, go to 22. Go to 22.
It's Sirach 30 and 22. The gladness of the heart is the life of man.
Is the life of man. Go ahead.
And the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days.
That's peace, man. So that's what the power of peace will get you. Even it goes back in Proverbs, the 3rd chapter. It tells you pretty much if you keep it. And I think it's the first verse, the first and third verse. I want to say it tells you. You're pretty much paraphrasing. If you keep these commandments, then long life shall come to you. You should be at peace. You know all this. Okay, so if you follow what Paul was following, Yahweh Shai, then the power of peace will be with you. Who is Yahweh Shai? Solomon.
That's right. The King of Peace.
The King of Peace.
Malak Shalamah. Okay, or Shalom.
Yep.
Okay, and then we just read in Philippians what was it, the 7th chapter? It says, in the peace of the Most High, which passes over understanding. Okay? That's right. Peace of the Lord is greater than understanding. Okay? There's a lot of people that has understood these scriptures, but they don't have the peace of Yahweh B'Shem Shai. They stressed out, they got demons bugging out of them. Even though they understand that they're Israelites, they understand that Yahweh Shai is a black man, they understand that Esau is a white man. They understand certain of the proverbs and things of that nature, but they don't have the peace of the Lord, okay? Because they didn't approach this thing in truth and sincerity, okay?
That's right.
You got to have a pure conscience in order to really fully abide in the spirit in the bosom of Yahweh B'Shem Shai, man. And you know, when you're in the bosom of somebody, that's a place of peace, man. That's
an intimate area as well, man. You're really close. So in order to that's the thing, like you said, these people don't have the peace of the Most High because they're not following Yahweh Shai. And even to think Yahweh Shai had all characteristics. When you read in the Gospels, man, you may have to, well, he was going through it, but he still was at peace.
Yep.
That's why he prayed to the Lord 3 times and ended up saying, "Your will be, it's your will."
Yep.
He was at peace. He was at peace. He made peace with it. With what he had to do. He was at peace.
Yep.
No matter what, he had to go through some hectic times, but he was at peace the whole time.
Yep, because he said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free." So, and he was in the chains of darkness, but mentally he was free.
He was in peace.
He was in peace, and that's what made his walk a lot more able to bearable. Yeah, the water. It made his walk a lot more bearable because mentally he had peace. He knew the hope. That hope was restored, man.
And he knew his reward too.
Yep.
Man.
Yep.
He knew his reward.
And he coming to get it too.
That's right.
He coming to get his. He got a couple of crowns that he gonna get. He got some chosen that he got to get, and he got a lot of vengeance to pay, man.
That's right.
So Yahweh Shai gonna get his. Believe that, and you gonna see. You people gonna see it real soon too,
That's
man.
Right.
And the brethren too. I can prepare your mind to get ready to witness Yahweh Shai, man.
That's right.
The great, mighty, powerful Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, our Lord and Savior. Okay.
That's right.
I'm gonna keep going. This is verse 10. It says, "But I rejoice in the Lord greatly that now at the last your care of me have flourished again." Yeah, because they took care of Paul.
They did.
Okay. it says, wherein ye were also careful, but ye lacked opportunity. Not that I speak in respect of one. Yeah, so Paul wasn't greedy. Okay. It says, for I have learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. So Paul was saying, hey, I'm not saying this, because I'm greedy. He said, because I've learned that pretty much whatever I go through, I'm good. I'm gonna be good. Paul had faith. And I have that word. Con. Well,
you want to get the word first?
Yeah, I want to get the word content. I have the word content pulled up in the Edom online. And I'll let the brother Kashakwala read it.
Okay, con. It says content is this is the verb. It says meaning you have to do this.
Yeah.
It's an action. So early 15th century, it says to rest or be satisfied.
Yep.
To give satisfaction to.
Yeah, so Paul was satisfied spiritually because he had Yahweh Shah on his walk. Okay, go ahead, brother.
It says from Old French contentier, I think.
Contenter.
From content adjective, it means satisfied. It says
go right there.
Okay, con. It says to hold together in clothes.
Yeah. So Paul was together. Okay, his mind was together. You know how some people say he ain't all together up there. Meaning your mind ain't sparking on all cylinders, man. Paul was saying, hey, I'm satisfied, man. Okay, he appreciated the help that the Philippians always gave him, but he said, not that I suffered any want. He said, I've learned to be content. Okay, and I want to get this precept real quick. That 1 Timothy 3, Salaki, 1 Timothy 6, and then start at 6.
This is 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 6. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain.
That's right. And those are one of the characteristics that Paul was speaking about, adding one to another, was godliness. Okay. Now, when you have that godliness and you're content, it's great gain. Okay. Because that's, you got balance. You know how to balance it. Okay. If the Lord gives you access of resources, you can balance it. If you're at a loss of resources, you can still balance your spirit. All right. You're still not going to allow it to take you off track. Nothing can pretty much throw you off when you content with the godliness, man. Okay. A lot of people out here, they dealing with the spirit of greed. Okay. They're not content. And why is that? Because they don't have Yahweh Shai. When you have Yahweh Shai, you understand you got the most valuable thing known to mankind. So you're content with whatever's on your plate because spiritually you're rich. Okay. Spiritually, you have it all. Physically, you may be lacking in certain things. So when you have Yahweh Shai, mentally, you content. You good to go, man. Okay. Because you still have a free space in your mind. Okay. Even though you might not have certain things that you want, or you might can't do certain things you want to do, you can still go into your space of freedom, man, which is Yahweh Shai. And as long as you got that, you could be content, man.
That's right. And that's a spirit too that you said that you have them in your spirit, also in your mind. That's why Yahweh Shai told us what he told us. And Matthew was at the 5th chapter. When thou prayest, go into thy closet right here, because he's here. Because according to Revelation 3 and 20, if I'm not mistaken, he knocked out the door, and whoever opened it, he shall come in and sup with. Go back into your mind where your peace is at, and where you will be content, knowing that you have the omnipotent power on your side and his son. So you should be good. And that should be good.
And that, how rare that is right now. A lot of people don't have that space of freedom, that space of peace. Okay. Jake is out here just through, bro. Okay, through. And also while we at it, we want to just say shalom to all of you brothers on the comment board for chiming in, man. Yahweh Bashima Shabrakatham. And Lord's will, we'll get a few of your precepts in a minute. We're gonna try to just wrap up the chapter, and then we'll visit the comment board. But yeah, got to be content. Godliness with contentment is great gain. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to Philippians 4 and 12. I know both how to be abased, and I know how to abound. Everywhere And in all things, I am instructed both to be full and to be hungry, both to abound and to suffer need. Okay. And I'm gonna add something to that. Okay, because that goes into the balance.
I'll read it for you.
Give me Proverbs 30 and try 6.
Come.
Let's see if it's 6. Not 6. Let's see. 8. Yep, 8.
Okay. This is Proverbs chapter 30 verse 8. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches.
Go ahead.
Feed me with food convenient for me.
That's it. Convenient food, man. Not excessiveness. Okay. Not being superfluous. Okay. If you don't know what that means, go check that out. Superfluous. Okay. Superfluity, man. That's not a godlike characteristic. Okay. The Lord deals with balance. Okay. The Lord deals with a just weight. Okay. And spiritually, these fruits of the spirit, they represent money. Okay. So when you have these spiritual fruits, you want to have a balance of money. You want to have a balance of weight within your spirit. You don't want to be toppling over spiritually. That's when you become double-minded.
That's right.
Okay. Because you don't have no balance about yourself. You're indecisive. Okay. You don't know what you want to do.
Hesitant.
Skeptical. When you want to be sure-minded, you want to be content, you want to be equaled out, you want to be balanced. Okay, you want food just sufficient enough for you. You don't want to be too full, you don't want to be hungry. You just want to have sufficient food within your stomach. Okay, that's how the Lord deals. That's how the Lord deals, man. Okay, 9 times out of 10, man, the man of the Lord ain't no multi-millionaire, man. Okay. Brothers may have nice things, brothers may make more money than other brothers, but they know how to balance that. Okay. And they out doing the work. Okay. But if you making 10 figures,
90K.
Yeah, you making 90K. It's an inside joke. It's a 90K. If you making 100K, 300K, 500K a year, you don't know how to balance it with this truth. Hey, you better off being poor. So the scripture say, give me food convenient for thee, man. Okay, you can keep reading, bro.
God. It says, verse 9, lest I be full.
Right, superfluous. Go ahead.
And deny thee.
And that's usually what happens. Jake get a little money, or Jake get a little apartment, a little condo, or a mansion, or a nice car, some nice clothes. They start denying the Lord, man. They start acting like they Yahushua. They the creme de la creme. Okay? Not moving in that contrite spirit anymore, man. Okay? So you got to know how to be full, and you know how to abound. Hey, the Lord may throw something on your plate to see if you're going to go off. See if your blessing to turn into a curse. Okay? Because that's what happened. Usually Jake get a little blessing, and then all of a sudden, man, they just go haywire, man. Just go left field. Forget the Lord. Go ahead, bro.
Real quick, this is Sirach 11:25. It says, in the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction.
That's right. In the day of prosperity, man, there's a forgetfulness of where you came from. There's afflictions, those scourges that the Lord was putting on you. You tend to forget, man. Okay? When you ain't got a whooping in a while, you tend to forget what it feels like.
That's right.
Okay, but if you always keep that ass whooping in the back of your mind, you'll never do those things again.
There you go.
You got to keep it lodged in your mind, man. And that's what Paul is speaking about, man. Paul had a great balance when he came to this ministry, man. He was always on fire. He wasn't over righteous, but he wasn't cold. He just had a steady heat, a steady fire, but it was blazing.
That's right.
And that's the mind frame of how we have to put ourselves in that mind frame.
That's right.
Especially going into these times, man. Esau gonna be coming with bribes. Esau gonna be trying to get brothers to sell out, snitch, trying to blackmail brothers. Trying to send women your way, send money your way, trying to tempt you like Satan tempted Yahushua. Remember the scripture say the servant is not greater than the master. Okay, So Esau is going to be coming with a lot of temptations, man. You got to know how to resist that and understand, man, I'm good, man.
That's right.
I don't need that. I'm good. I got the chief things of life, man. The Lord's walking with me. I don't need it. You got to deny it, man.
That's true.
Okay? Go ahead, brother.
Finish this off for you. It says, lest I be fool, Proverbs 30:9,
Mm-hmm.
lest I be fool and deny thee and say, who is the Lord?
Mm-hmm.
For Salat, or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of my power in vain.
Yeah, so either you get full and you forget the Lord, or then you go poor, and then and then you so finished that you started to scam and do all kind of low level shit, man. Because you don't want to be patient in your trials and tribulations, man. So you gotta know the balance of your walk, man. You know, if you low in the spirit and you ain't getting a lot of money and you struggling financially, then you still supposed to be on fire, going out to camp, pushing the word, teaching, edifying, exhorting, reading, praying. You still got to keep that spirit. If the Lord give you a little something, don't forget. Don't go to another plateau. Okay, don't go to another platform and if you forget about Yahweh Shai, it's a balance to it, man. Okay, that's right. Well, I'll go back to that Philippians. It's Philippians chapter 4 and verse 13. I can do all things through Hamashiach, which strengthen me. And that's the black woman's favorite scripture. Okay, she loved to bring that precept out. Okay, I can do all things through Jesus who strengthened me. When you can't, okay? Only the brethren, the true, sincere brethren, the body of Yahweh Bashim Shai can do those things.
True worshipers.
The true worshipers can only do all things through Hamashiach Yahweh Shai that strengthens us, man. Not no so-called black woman that's mad at her boss at McDonald's and she go and get it tattooed on her back.
On her lower back and back.
Right. Finished. Okay? Through. No, it's not what the scripture's talking about. When you can't do shit. Jay, go ahead, bro.
I'll pick up for you, though.
All right,
Con. Verse 14, it says, notwithstanding, ye have well done that ye did communicate with my affliction.
Go ahead.
It says, now ye Philippians know also that in the beginning of the gospel, when I departed from Macedonia, no church communicated with me as concerning giving and receiving, but ye only.
Yeah, so that's why Paul had a level of love for the Philippians. Okay, because even other churches in Macedonia, like Berea, Thessalonica, so on and so forth, they didn't communicate with Paul about offering certain things to Paul. Only the Philippians. Okay, only the Philippians did so. And that was a learning lesson for all the other churches as well. Because when they read it now, they could be like, hey, so, if Paul come through here, we're going to make sure we, take care of him. We have him set up, make sure he got a couple dollars in his pocket. He got food or whatever the case may be. Okay. So these epistles are don't the scriptures tell you in Romans, the 15th chapter, whatsoever were written aforetime were written for our learning. Okay. So these things were written so we would have the instructions on how to move with the body. What Yahweh Bashim Shai expects, okay, when certain men come to the camp, when certain elders and apostles may visit your camp, okay, certain out-of-town brothers come to your camp, okay, there's an actual behavior pattern that the Lord is looking for, okay, to show the camaraderie, to show the brotherly love. It can't just be like an out-of-town family member coming and you just put them up in the basement with a dirty blanket. You know what I'm saying? You got to take care of the brother, man. If you need waters, you need, clean sheets, you might have to get your room up. Okay. Brother hungry and you can get it for him, man. Buy the food, cook it up for him. Just show the brother how it is, man, because you got to remember, this is a part of our culture. That's what we did with each other, man. Okay. Whenever an out-of-towner was to come into a city, man, Jake would make sure that they ain't have to worry for nothing, man. Good. Okay. That's right. Like the brother KDC put on the comment board, let all things be done decently in order, man. And shalom too to the elder, GMS in Rome, Lions on Fire. Hey, Yahweh Bashim Shai Bashim Kakadash Barakatah, man. Hey, the water for chiming in. But yeah, you know, we have to do things through moderation, through brotherly love, through faith, through patience, sincerity. These are all characteristics in which Yahweh Shema Shai looks for, man. When being a part of a body, when being a part of a functioning body. Okay, go ahead, brother.
I just one quick thing, because it's,
okay.
He talked about how they communicated it concerning giving and receiving. They only did that. But even when you go back to verse 10, he says, wherein ye were also careful, meaning they had a certain care, right, for Paul. And it says, but ye lacked opportunity, meaning even sometimes y'all didn't have it.
Yep.
What Paul is saying right there is the thought. It's the thought that counts.
Absolutely.
It's the thought that counted.
Yep.
Y'all knew y'all probably didn't have it like that, but y'all still asked and y'all still try to reach a lending, a helping hand. Hence why when we read in Philippians, the 2nd chapter, they say who? How you say his name? Epaphroditus.
Epaphroditus. Yeah, he was sick.
You know, he was sick, but they probably were lacking. It was like, hey, just go help Paul, man.
Right.
That's the best we can give, you know what I'm saying? But we care for you, Paul.
That's
so
right.
We're gonna do whatever we can, even though we lacking at a certain moment right now.
Absolutely. Because they understood the things that Paul sacrificed for the ministry.
That's right.
Okay. And the only thing really you can do to try to even equate that is to help out, man.
That's right.
You know, that's why the Lord set up bodies of men to be able to come together and actually show the love of Yahweh Shai within that unit. Okay. That's why the scripture say, if any man should know you are my disciples by the love that you have for one another. Okay. So that's one of the ways that Yahweh Shai is actually going to show the planet Earth that we are the men of the Lord through how we treat each other, man. That's why brothers shouldn't be treating each other like a piece of doo-doo, man.
That's right.
Treating a brother like he just another employee up under you at the job site, man.
That's right.
That's something I always hated that, man. Okay? You don't never treat a brother like he's a piece of crap, man.
Or like you own him.
Yeah, the scriptures say, be not many masters, man. Okay? You ain't supposed to be having no lordship over brothers, especially if you're in a leadership position. Okay? You're supposed to be showing that brotherly love, man, that being kindly affectionate to one another. Okay, matter of fact, let me get something real quick just on that note. Baba Shah.
Come on.
Let me see.
If I may say, even so, man, like the Elder Tazwan just said, man, the church of Philippians understood what Paul was doing for them spiritually, and they tried to give anything they could, but it came in a carnal sense. That's the same thing with us to Yahweh Shai. We're reading about Yahweh Shai, we understand what he did for us spiritually, which is save our lives. So what do we do now? Give our body as a living sacrifice.
Absolutely.
So that's the only thing that we can, repay him for. Like, I'll send up this.
We got to give our lives up.
I'm going to give you me.
Yep.
Because of what you did for me spiritually.
Yeah. And
I'll do anything.
Yeah. And that ain't talking about you actually going into an altar and slitting your throat. You know, like the brother saying, you're giving your time, you're giving your energy, you're giving him your spirit. You saying, Lord, use me. Use me, Lord, for your will. You know, I just pray that you save me. In return, I pray that you save me. But use me according to thy will. Use me for the ministry's purpose. That's what we're doing. That's why we sacrifice our Saturdays, man. That's why we sacrifice Thursdays. Okay? That's why we sacrifice, Tuesday nights to do this work. Okay? We ain't linking up just going to the strip club, man. Or going all out parlaying with Jake, getting drunk and high and waking up at 3 o'clock in the evening. We're not doing that, man. We wake up, we go right to prayer, some of us. Okay? Some brothers may wait today, they may wake up, do their little routine, and wait a little later to generate a prayer. They may write a prayer. Okay? But all in all, they may wake up and go to the scriptures. Wake up and go to YouTube, watch a video to get their morning started. Okay? Everything is going to exemplify Yahweh Shai within you because you've given yourself over to the ministry. Okay? And that's what that's a form of brotherly love. That's how you show Yahweh Shai that you love him, man. Right. I got something real quick. This is Ephesians chapter 2 and 7. It says, matter of fact, I'm gonna start at 6. It says, and hath raised us up together and made us sit together in heavenly places in Hamashiach Yahushai, that in the ages to come he might show the exceeding riches of his grace in his kindness towards us through Hamashiach Yahushai. Yahushai is the kindest brother ever. Yahushai is the epitome of being a kind brother, man. When Yahushua saves the elect and set up the seed of David for all generations, then you will understand the amount of kindness and brotherly love that he had. That's why he's telling us, you got to show this love because it's of me. Yahushua washed the disciples' feet, man.
That's right.
Okay? And I'm pretty sure there's a lot more things that he did for the disciples as well. Okay? Because he loved them, not because he was looking for recognition or to be seen or show out. It's because he sincerely loved the brothers. Okay? And that's the type of mind frame we have to have, being each other's keeper and being a part of this ministry. Hey, we got to show that love, that kindness towards each other, man. Tender. The scriptures say the man that was tender among you. In the curses, we used to look at each other like tenderness, man. Like, oh, special brother, man. It's good to see you, brother. You know, it's good to see you. You smiling from ear to ear when you see the brother. You happy. You know, that's the same kind of spirit we have to have now, man. You know, but I just wanted to hit that point. We can go back to that Philippians, bro.
God, this is Philippians 4:16. It says, "For even in Thessalonica, ye sent once and again unto my necessity." Verse 17. But not because I desire a gift, but I desire fruit that may abound to your account.
Come on, man. You know,
fruit means for repentance.
That's it. Paul said, not that I desire the gift, but I desire fruit to your account. Mm-hmm. So Paul went to these different churches to build them up so fruit could come to their camps.
That's right.
So fruit could come to their churches, man. The apostles and elders, they push these videos out and they'll go around from camp to camp, you know, so that fruit can come out to these camps, man. That's right. That's brotherly love. That's the spirit of Yahushua, man. Okay, from one branch, okay, which is Yahushua. Now we got many branches, many churches, man. Okay, many different fruits from one root, man. This tree has this blossom, man. And Yahushua is that main stem, that main root in the middle of the tree, man. Okay, and then the branches, you know, that stem off that represent the churches. And then the fruit represents the increase.
That's right.
Okay. So that shows that brotherly love, man, when you do these type of things, man. Okay? Continue on.
Verse 18 says, but I have all and abound. I am full, having received Epaphroditus, the things which were sent from you, mm-hmm. an odor of sweet smell, mm-hmm. a sacrifice acceptable, mm-hmm. well-pleasing to Yahweh.
Yeah. So they hook Paul up.
They hook Paul up. You probably send him some oils, some frankincense, mm-hmm. some myrrh.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Good wine.
Some good wine. He said sacrifice acceptable.
Yeah, you know, good lamb
dinner. You know, so we can send up some good sweet savors up to the Lord. Mm-hmm. You know, because it said these things are well pleasing. It says it sacrifice acceptable. That makes me think of something real quick.
God, you got the flow out.
If I can find it real quick. If not, we can go ahead and continue. Mm-hmm. Now we can continue because it's not off the top of my head, just for time's sake.
You got a key word you want to get? I
think I got it.
Okay,
that's a spirit.
Come.
Hebrews 13:16, because this goes into, because this is what the Philippians were doing anyway. He says, but to do good and communicate, forget not, for with such sacrifices the Most High is well pleased.
Yep.
So the thing, even so, them sending these things, but he said what in verse 15, that they communicated concerning giving and receiving.
Absolutely.
So they gave him these things, but they communicated. Therefore, he said, this is well pleasing to Yahweh.
Beautiful.
They don't. He's trying to make them comprehend, like, what y'all doing? I don't just see it. Okay? The Most High sees this, man. And this is putting a smile on his face when the angels come back and give him the report. You know?
Brother. That's beautiful, man.
I'll keep going for you.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 19, but my power shall supply all your need according to his riches and glory by Yahweh Shai Mashiach.
That's right. So Yahweh Shai is going to supply, you know, the necessities that the camps need because they contributed. Okay? The scripture tell you do good to the godly, man.
That's the spirit.
Oh, okay. You about to get that?
Yes. This is Sirach 12:2. Do good to the godly man.
Right. Do good to the godly man. Meaning the brothers that carry themselves in the spirit of truth. The brothers that's in the body. Okay, go ahead.
It says, and thou shalt find a recompense. And if not from him, yet from the Most High.
That's right, man. So hey, if you give to the brotherhood, hey, Yahweh Shai is going to send that recompense, man. Okay, if you help a brother out with a couple of dollars here and there, the Lord is going to restore that. If that brother don't restore it, the Lord is going to restore that unto you, man, because you gave out the kindness of your spirit. Okay, and that's what the church of Philippians, okay, the church of Philippi, that's what they did to Paul, man. They gave out of just straight love and kindness, man. They just wanted to make sure Paul was okay, man. Okay, because they understood that Paul was going through a lot of things, man. He was suffering a lot of things just so that the ministry can be built. He had to travel by foot, man, travel by horse and carriage, by donkey. Okay, in perils of robbers, shipwreck, thrice beaten, killed, bitten by snakes, you know, in perils of his own countrymen, you know, in perils of cold, in perils of nakedness, in perils of the wilderness, man. These were all the things that Paul was doing just to go from city to city to teach the word, man.
That's right.
So it was their responsibility in the spirit to make sure that he was okay.
That's right.
You know?
That can I make just a quick point? Because what he said right here in verse 19, but my power shall supply all your need according to his riches and glory by Yahweh Shai Mashiach. That shows you the validity of the Apocrypha. Because that is a clean precept. Which he definitely probably read in Sirach the 12th chapter.
Absolutely, brother.
Hands down. Where else would he get a saying or a something like this? And the scriptures tells us that he was a well-versed man. He was a well-learned man.
Yep.
So that goes to show you the validity of the Apocrypha. Okay? You know?
That's right.
So continuing, unless did you have something?
I know brothers had some stuff on the comment board. I just wanted to check out the comment board real quick. See if we can pull a precept. This from the brother GMS Yabatazah Yachazak Allah. All right. Which if I'm not mistaken, not saying that's how you say Ezekiel. Yachazakwala. Or Yachazak Allah. Because Kazak is strength, Yah is he, Allah. So yeah. But this is Psalms 133:1. Behold, how good and pleasant, and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down the beard, even Aaron's beard. Yeah, that went down to the skirt of his garment. Yeah, so that's like, man, when brothers dwell together in unity, man, that's a beautiful thing to Yahweh Shema Shai, man. It makes him jump for joy, man, when he see brothers dwelling together and it's peaceful and there's no no interruptions. Okay, nobody's quenching the spirit. Everybody's in harmony and unison. They singing their song. They uplifting each other. They exhorting. Okay, they playing good music. They send up a sweet savor of frankincense, man. That make Yahweh Shai want to come down and get in the midst of that, man. You know, right. It's a beautiful thing, man. Okay, and Paul said that when he went to certain churches, he said he was pleased because he had beheld their behavior, their order, beholding their order, man. Okay, so these are very, very, very beautiful key necessities that Yahweh Shai looks for within the body, man. He looks for good energy. He looks for the camp heads, the brothers that's running the camp, to be uplifting brothers, to be motivated, to be full of energy, be full of light, be full of life. Not dull and out of it, not talking, sighing, and going to their own space, but actually entangling themselves into the spirit of it, man. Okay, we can go back to that Philippians and finish it up.
Philippians 4:20 says, "Now unto Yahweh and our Father, now unto Yahweh and our Father be glory forever and ever. Amen."
Mm-hmm.
Verse 21, "Salute every saint in Yahweh Shai Hamashiach. The brethren which are with me greet you."
Yeah, which the saints are the Israelites. Going back to Psalms 148.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
It says, "All the saints salute you." All right. "Chiefly they that are of Caesar's household."
Go ahead.
Verse 23, it says, "The grace of our Lord Yahweh Shai Hamashiach be with you all. Amen."
That's right. So Paul would always speak on the grace of the Lord, man. Okay. He always spoke on the grace of the Lord, man. Whether he opened up an epistle or closed out an epistle, he would always pray that the grace of the Lord be with the body. And Paul really, when he did that, he really showed his love for the brothers, man. He would always express that, "I pray that the grace of the Lord be with you, man." You know, that's a blessing. You know how powerful that saying is? Mm-hmm. The scriptures say, "By grace are you saved through faith." So before we could even have faith, there had to be a grace allotted unto us, man. Mm-hmm. So when Paul would say, "I pray that grace is be with you," that was a very sincere position. That was a very sincere deposition, man. Mm-hmm. Okay. And that's the type of mind frame we got to be in, man. We got to pray that the Lord has grace upon the body, man. Okay. You can even say that to the Aki, man. "Hey, brother, I pray that the Lord's grace be with you, brother."
That's right.
You know, I pray that the Lord's Spirit continue to abound on you and increase within you, and that his grace rests upon you and your household, man. Getting back into that ancient style of interacting, the ancient style of greeting each other. It was never Americanized, man. You know, Jake, get out the phone, like, "All right. Get on the phone, yeah." That's not what we did. Yeah. Like we greeted each other. We embraced each other's presence.
That's what Paul talked about, giving a holy kiss. And when you go into that, that's an embracement. Mm-hmm. That's why I did a while back a video on that, on how you greet your Akim when you say, "Hey, how about Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem, Rakakodash, Barakatah, brother," and embrace and hold. That's right. Mean that, because you're sending a blessing. Say the name fully.
Yeah, you give a hearty salute.
A hearty salute. Send that the full blessing on that brother, man. Don't just half-ass that. That's right. A serious. First off, you're saying the name of the Lord and His Son.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't just mumble it out. But that's what Paul was doing right here, sending a heavy blessing on them. Yeah. And like the brother said, he did that toward almost at the end of every single epistle.
And the brother put it there. Even John the Revelator. This is Revelation 22 and 21. Mm. It says, matter of fact, I'm gonna read 20. It says, "He which testifieth these things saith, surely I come quickly to Wab, or Amun. Even so come, Lord Yahweh Shai. The grace of our Lord Yahweh Shai, Hamashiach, be with you all, to Wab, or Amun." Okay? So we want that grace to be upon us. We want that mercy to be over us and over our household. And brothers, we could incorporate that, man. You know, Paul spoke these things, and all the other disciples would say the same things, man. Okay? And that grace is that's one of the top spiritual gifts, man. Grace. Mm-hmm. But that's a gift. That's something that's given to you, man. That'll only be revealed when Yahweh Shai comes back. There's only going to be a few people that's only going to be able to come into that window of grace, man. Okay? Because it's slowly closing. Okay? When them chariots come back, that's when it's going. That's it. That's right. Whoever didn't get into that last little crack of grace, that's it. It's a wrap. The door is shut. Now the missiles is coming, man. So we got to pray for that grace, man. If we don't have that grace, man, we are through. Okay? So that's going to conclude Philippians, the 4th chapter. Lord willing, we'll go into the next epistle. Me and the brother Kasha Kwala will just continue it through the Spirit. I want to say the water for all of you brothers that chimed in on the comment board, the water for your input, the water for your comments, man. We pray Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai continue to be with you brothers that's out there laboring, okay, that's actually putting forth a concerted effort to push out this word. And we pray Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai be with you, and that his grace continue to abound upon you and the body that you with, man. Okay, and we just gonna keep pushing, we'll keep edifying until the Lord shut this thing down, man. All right, you want to close, say anything, brother? Come on. All right, we're gonna close out giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, B'chakodash. Okay, double honors once again to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, safety, and much love to the elect men, women, and children. Shalom.
Shalom.